In this place, men and women lived together. They even shared the same bathrooms and showers. The showers had no partitions at all, but this wasn't a prison. It was simply the way Earth had become more than 100 years later. By then, the environment was ruined and the ecosystem collapsing. The few survivors built a new social order. In this massive city, people were divided into 5 factions. The first were the scholars, brilliant minds pushing technology forward. The second were the kind, who toiled in the fields every day, selfless and hardworking, supporting agriculture. The third were the honest, who never lied and upheld justice in the city. The fourth were the brave, fearless, and bold, tasked with protecting the city. And finally, the selfless, who helped others without asking for anything in return. Together, the 5 factions kept the city running in balance. Once children turned 18, they faced an important test. The test scanned their minds, scientifically determining which faction they best belonged to. At the initiation ceremony, they could then freely choose a faction. But if they chose differently from their parents, they had to leave their families forever and live with their chosen faction for the rest of their lives. That's why most stayed with their family's faction, but a few brave ones followed their true calling. For this brother and sister, life began in the selfless faction. The brother always longed to join the scholars, so he boldly chose that path. His sister, Jenny, received a rare result. She had traits of all 5 factions. Such people were called Divergents, because they couldn't be controlled. If the authorities discovered one, they were executed. Fortunately, the examiner had compassion. He falsified Jenny's test results and promised to keep her secret. He warned her never to tell anyone the truth. At the choosing ceremony, after struggling with herself, Jenny followed her heart. She chose the brave faction she had always admired. Her parents lost both children in one day, but respected their decisions. Every new member of the Brave had to face a trial. They were told to jump off a rooftop into a dark pit. No one knew what was below. The new recruits glanced at each other nervously. Jenny stepped forward first. After a brief hesitation, she leapt. A safety net caught her at the bottom. Just as she breathed in relief, a man yanked her down. Jack, the brave instructor. Jenny's courage impressed him. As the others landed, Jack divided them into 2 groups. Those born in Brave were trained by another coach. The transfers from other factions would be trained by Jack himself. He then led them to their dormitory. It was co-ed, with completely open bathrooms and toilets. The next week, they faced elimination rounds. The 2 groups competed against each other. Those at the bottom of the rankings would be expelled, reduced to factionless outcasts. The factionless lived like beggars. The recruits trained in hand-to-hand combat, shooting, and physical endurance. But Jenny's small frame put her at a disadvantage. She ranked at the bottom. Desperate not to be eliminated, she trained alone late at night. Jack noticed everything. He often gave her advice. Over time, the 2 grew closer. Soon came their first combat simulation. The goal was to capture the enemy's flag. They used simulation weapons. Painful, but not deadly. Jenny surprised everyone with her quick thinking. She climbed to higher ground to spot the flag, then ordered teammates to draw enemy fire. Meanwhile, she snuck in and grabbed the flag. Her strategy boosted her score. She barely passed the cutoff. Everyone who made it through advanced to phase 2. The next test was the trial of fear.